Hi, this is Zero, and this is What If Deku was Iron Man. I won't be doing any recap, so let's get started. After the written test, and after President Mike telling everyone what to do and how everything goes, uh, everyone goes to the same test area. Katsuki is still in a different test area. Izuku is still in the test area with Ira and Uraraka, and so while Izuku decided to go to front of the line to get a head start on everyone because he can run pretty fast because Extremis itself grants you superhuman capabilities, but thanks to the super soldier serum on top of that, Izuku is even more faster. And so Izuku was going at the front of the line. Ira comes, stops him, and tells him you should not go and disturb anyone and so forth, like how Ira does Ira. Izuku simply stated that I wasn't going towards anyone, I was going towards front of the line. Do you have a problem with that, Four Eyes? Ira is like, how can you call someone like that? No, crap. Izuku just walks past Ira and says, if you want to talk to me like you are someone, you know, whatever you are. At least try to get into the UA first, then we can talk. You're annoying. Ida is shocked, like, how can someone talk to me like that? Because this has never happened to Ida. And so Izuku goes at the front of the line. Then, as soon as the door opens, Izuku runs in. Everyone is shocked, like, sometimes that one cheated. Then President Mike would say, he did not. Heroes does not have a sign to go. They go when they go. Then President Mind says go, they all run inside. They see, as soon as they get in, there are several robots cut in half. I mean, purely cut in half. Izuku is using a sword. No, scratch that. He's not using a sword. He's using his extremis to cut robots in half. And he's using about 30% of one for all because he can use 30% of one for all. He can use up to 40% one for all without hurting his body or without feeling it, not even a bit. But he keeps it at 20% 24/7. But now he's using 30% one for all to run even faster. He's going, cutting robots in half easily. Several of the students and teachers are thinking, what is his quirk? Then Nezu zooms in at the kid, Izuku. His hands are glowing reddish and oranges. Lines are on his hands and face. You know, whenever you use extremis, he has that lines on his body. He's going, cutting through robots easily, and he's going so fast. He's even faster than Ida, and Ida is shocked. He thought he would be the faster, but he's not. So Ida tried to go even faster. So Ida has a little bit more scores than in the original because Ida kind of wanna, make him beat him or something. At least in speed, at least he wants to be the fastest kid because his quirk is all about speed itself. And so this goes on. Izuku has the same score as All Might. Yeah, same. Because Izuku wasn't counting how many robots he was killing or destroying. He was only doing it. Anything he sees, he destroys it. As simple as that. And some of the kids were not blowing up like uh, 2 pointers. They were mainly going on 3 pointers. Izuku was also destroying 2 pointers as well. Basically, he was destroying anything he sees. Then Izuku hears a scream. That's Araka. Izuku runs towards to see what's going on. Everyone was running past him. He sees the 0 pointer. and Izuku instantaneously jumps to one for all to 50%. It put a little bit strain, very little, but the strain was also being healed, so Izuku didn't care. He ran towards the 0 point at pretty high speeds, jumps up. His legs did got cracked, but they instantly got healed, and Izuku is wearing a half sleeve shirt or a jacket or whatever. And then he pushes his right fist back, and his right fist starts to glow even more. And then Izuku, now scratch that, it doesn't glow more than it already was. Izuku hits the robots and it does the same thing, but this time it does even more damage because it also melted it thanks to the extreme heat. Teachers can see that Izuku's arm is broke, kind of cracked, and then it suddenly healed. There was a single cut on his arm, or break, whatever. To show people, yeah, he was damaged, so it healed almost instantaneously. Teachers like, did he also have a healing capability or healing factor or something? Then All Might would kind of tell teachers what he has. The thing he is using is called Extremus. It basically allows him to gain superhuman strength, speed, and regeneration. And it mainly works on heat. Teachers would nod, and some teachers would ask, "Do you know the kid?" All Might would nod, "Yes, I know him. I have met him a few times." The teachers would nod. Then before Izuku can go towards Uraraka to help her, Izuku gets a phone call. Izuku picks up, and his smile that he had goes away, and he becomes completely serious. He turns off the phone, goes towards Uraraka, picks up the rubble and throws it off, and says, "Are you okay?" She would nod. Before she can ask anything, Izuku will take his just leave, run out of the place, go to the locker room, pick his bag that's black and gold, take it outside, and then All Might was there. All Might says, "Are you? What's happening?" Izuku simply says, "I'll tell you later." Then Izuku puts his bag on, pushes his straps. There's several kids also there and teachers and sport course teacher as well. His bag start to change and turn into his black and gold armor or suit perhaps, and everyone is shocked like whoa. And most interest has the sport course teacher, and there's some student as well. Then Izuku simply flies off at pretty high speeds, insanely fast. He goes directly towards a hospital. Then few teachers come towards All Might and say, "What's that?" Because All Might wasn't shocked at all. Was he some kind of quirk? All Might would say, "No, he created it." His quirk is called creation, and he has a natural superhuman strength. Scratch that. All Might says he is a creation and extremus quirk. He has two quirks. The suit that you just saw, he created it. That's his hero suit. Or sport course teacher is shocked, like, what does this thing runs on, and what's this made up of? And several of the sport course teacher are also there because they want to know as well. All Might simply says that it's not my place to tell. It's his. He created it, so I cannot tell you anything. The sport course teacher will be kind of saddened by this, but he goes to the Nezu because Nezu was there as well and tell that please put that kid in the sport course as well. With that kind of technology we can. Nezu would simply say, "No, sorry, I cannot." Sport course will like, "What do you mean, Principal Nezu? He won't give you any of his technology." And especially right now, he looked serious and angry. Very angry. Then All Might says under his breath, but several of the teachers heard him, "I hope he doesn't kill anyone." Several of the teachers are shocked by this statement that All Might just gave, and teachers asked him, but at the same time, Katsuki was there as well. Then Katsuki simply stated he does not care of killing villains. Several teachers look at Katsuki. Do you know him? Katsuki would nod. We go to the same school and class. Uh, when we were about 8 or 9, few kids were trying to bully him. He wasn't paying them any attention because he was listening to music, but they thought that he was ignoring them. They used their quirk on him. Well, he beat all of them too so badly that they had to go to the hospital and they had to take a week off. Teachers are shocked, like, is he really that violent? Katsuki was like, no, he's not violent, but sometimes when he gets angry, he can be heartless, perhaps. Then Katsuki would also leave. Katsuki knows that Izuku has gotten more powerful because he saw some clips and some people talking about it. How black and little bit of green hair kid did all that. Katsuki just thinks Izuku has gotten a lot more stronger. Ah, damn it, sorry about that. I just woke up. And so, Izuku goes to the hospital. He lands. Everyone around him is shocked, like, whoa, is that a pro hero or something? Then his armor turns back to his bag. They say, is he kid? Then he runs into the hospital, sees the doctor, and the doctor says, I'm sorry, Izuku Midoriya. Your mother, Inka Midoriya, had died. Izuku is shocked. He just has a blank expression. He just says, how? She had a heart attack, Izuku Midoriya. Izuku just nods and sits on the, waiting area for a while. Then he gets a call from All Might. Just a sec. Then All Might calls Izuku. Izuku picks the phone up. All Might says, "What happened, Izuku?" Izuku says that my mother had a heart attack and she has died. Okay, All Might just thought he was angry or something with that. It just went 0 to 100 in an instant. Izuku is kind of calm, but at the same time not. He's keeping his composure for now. Because Tony Stark has seen people die. His father, his mother, and half of the entire universe. It was easy for him to cope of that kind of losses. Then police comes and government official comes to tell Izuku that you will be going to foster care or something. Izuku says, I don't need to and I don't want to. They say, but you don't have anything to, Then Izuku will pick it phone up, call All Might and ask All Might, do you have someone a friend of you is in the government or something? All Might would say yeah. Then Izuku would tell him his situation, that he's gonna have to go foster care. He needs few signatures of people telling that yeah, he can take care of it. All Might would nod and understand Izuku because All Might knows he can take care of him. So All Might goes to his police friend. He talks to him. Police friend nods and asks All Might, are you sure he can take care of himself? All Might simply said that kid created a weaponizable suit of armor. Do you think he can't take care of himself? Because All Might has told him a lot of things about Izuku, not about all for one or one for all. I don't know if he knows about it or not. Ah, damn it. Well, let's just say he doesn't know about it. And so he signs it. Then the government officials that were sitting in front of Izuku gets a phone call of their higher ups saying this kid won't be needing any of that. The government officials are shocked, like, this kid just made a phone call and all that happened. Because direct request from the number one hero can't actually decline. And also several other people. And also All Might call Principal Nezu as well to help Izuku out a little. And so that happens. Then Izuku goes home. Then after about the next day, the funeral was held. Katsuki was there, Katsuki's mother was there, All Might was there, Nezu was there. Izuku was just with a blank expression, but you can see he's sad, just standing there. Well, shit happens, I guess. Then Izuku meets All Might and Principal Nezu. Izuku and Principal Nezu has a little chat because Principal Nezu wanted to make sure that Izuku was okay. Izuku says, "I'm fine, Principal Nezu." Nezu would nod. While talking to Izuku, Nezu has realized that Izuku is as smart as he is. Almost as smart as he is. Crap. So that happens. The next day, there was a day of gap between the school starting an entrance exam or so. I don't know if it was originally, but I'm gonna say it is. In that free day, Izuku held a funeral for his mother. That happened. Then Izuku goes home. He, while he got the news of his mother dying, he told Jarvis to change the entire home into the Project L that Izuku called it, making his entire home much more high tech what it originally was. And Izuku himself has created ton shit of money. I mean stupid lot of, because he told Jarvis to, invest money and do everything to make money while he doesn't have to do anything. And Izuku also has 5% share of the Yazarozu group and several other big companies around the world. So yeah, Izuku is pretty rich. In the day, Jarvis has, with the help of several of the robots or perhaps suits that mainly Mark 1s, Izuku has created 3 or 4 Mark 1s by now. Several of them to help around the home, to help him make stuff, different, stuff, and so forth. And so that happens. The next day, Izuku gets the letter, he sees it, he's passed at the number 1. He broke All Might's score after saving Uraraka. Then he goes to the school. Him and Katsuki has talked in the day, and Katsuki and Izuku has become friends once again, has a mutual understanding of it. Now that that has happened, Izuku is thinking, should I make Avengers again or something? The day after the funeral was held in the morning, so he had pretty much after that all the day left to think. He thought about Avenger Initiative. He decided that he will make Avenger Initiative. Then he makes more Super Soldier Serum, but not his Super Soldier Serum, the Super Soldier Serum that Captain America has. Because if someone that he makes Super Soldier for and it went rogue, people can mass produce it. So, Captain Super Soldier that stays for a few minutes, making a few hours, a few days, or few days, about 2 or 3 days, and after that it goes away. But it pretty much gives you all the capability that Captain America has. So yeah, and so that happens. Then after he got the next day he got his letter of him passing. He calls All Might and tells All Might to come to his home. All Might would, in his small might form. Izuku started to talk with All Might after was messaging in the lobby. Izuku would tell him about his quirk has gotten a lot more stronger. And then Izuku will drop the bomb on All Might that I don't actually had super strength and extremist quirk. Sorry about that. Where the fuck oh damn it. Where was I? Yeah. Izuku dropped a bomb on All Might, telling him that he does not had an originally a superhuman strength or extremis. All Might be like, what do you mean? Izuku says, I created it. It's a super soldier serum. All Might eyes are almost popping out, and he's so shocked. Like he thought Izuku was so smart that he created a suit. Now he realized how smart Izuku is. He created a super soldier serum. All Might's jaw is on the ground. Izuku just sits down for 5 minutes, let All Might process all that. Then All Might start to question Izuku so much. Izuku says, shut up for a minute. All Might would, and Izuku would say, come with me. He will take All Might to the basement where he trains, and where is a, you know, desk for lying down. Izuku would tell All Might to lie down here. All Might would. Then Robot Arms would grab All Might. All Might would say, what is happening? Izuku just trust me. Then Izuku would say, Jarvis, inject it. And then Jarvis would say, yes, sir. All Might is shocked because he didn't know about the artificial intelligence. And then suddenly, few needles stabbed All Might, and then start to inject him with Extremis. And so, after about in the pain, All Might kind of got unconscious as well. Then after a few hours, All Might woke up. All Might was like, whoa. All Might sees that he's buff again, but he's not using one for all. He asks Izuku what has happened. Izuku tells, give me a left hand. All Might would, and then Izuku will, uh, you know, use Extremis to karate chop and cut All Might's arm. All Might would be so shocked, but then in the pain, All Might would see his hand is regenerating, similar to what Izuku is, but a little bit slower, a lot slower, but it's regenerating. All Might looks at Izuku. Izuku simply states, I gave you Extremis. It's not as strong as mine, but I gave you one. In short form, you're at your peak again. All Might is so happy. Happy. Then Izuku tells All Might that this is Jarvis. Then Jarvis will say, hello, All Might. All Might will be like, what's that? Izuku would say, it's an artificial intelligence. He will be teaching you how to use Extremis properly. All Might would nod, and then All Might would train with Jarvis for 5 hours. All Might has mastered how to use Extremis, because it took Izuku to master uh, the Extremis a lot longer, because he didn't have anyone to tell him what to do and how to use it. He had to figure all that out by himself. And so uh, then All Might and Izuku are eating dinner that Jarvis created by the help of one of the Mark ones. And All Might and Izuku are talking, having casual chat. Then Izuku would say, I'm planning on making something. Almost like a hero agency or something. Izuku would be like, something like that. I call it Avenger Initiative. Then he will tell All Might about what Avenger Initiative is and so forth. All Might would be shocked, like he think all that, but he didn't know that Avenger Initiative already was somewhere, but he didn't know that. He just thinks Izuku thinks that idea from the scratch. And so All Might will say, wow, that's a good idea. Then Izuku will say, I need money for it. I already have about 3 to 4 billion, but I need more. The All Might will ask how much. Izuku would say quite a lot of more, because I need to make different stuff. Making stuff is easy, but buying different places and so forth. All Might would say, I'll help you with that, because All Might is quite filthy rich. He's the number one hero. And so Izuku would nod and say, thanks, All Might. And so All Might will go home at night. All Might is now always in his buff form. He doesn't have to be in Small Might form. After that, Izuku's own creation quirk has also gotten turn initiative more stronger. Then he uh, told few of his armor Mark ones were digging underground to make a much bigger underground base, much bigger, and they have just completed it. Then for that night, Izuku will create elevators, one more arc reactor to hide it downstairs to power the entire home, and also make the walls of adamantium. And so the bars that when you make something out of concrete, you have to place iron rods in between them. Those rods are also made up of adamantium. He mainly used adamantium because he can see adamantium is quite strong. He's making the bigger place so he can start making vibranium because vibranium is unstable mineral. It takes a lot more energy and power to make a mineral except for a metal. Then Izuku will complete it about in the morning at 5. The place is finally complete. Then Izuku will go upstairs and drink a ton shit of coffee because he didn't sleep all night. Before drinking so much coffee, Izuku will just say, I'll just take a nap. He will make an alarm about of 7 a.m. Izuku will sleep. For 2 hours, after 2 hours the alarm will go off. Izuku will wake up, take a shower, drink coffee, about a lot of coffee because the healing factor alone makes Izuku for getting drunk very hard. So the coffee just helps him stay awake. So yeah, he goes to the school. He's still using his black and gold bag. He doesn't use the different kind of bag. He prefer to use his black and gold one. He does have a different bag as well, in which he uses his books. But he always carry the black and gold bag with him all the time. When Izuku goes in, Izuku gets called by, Principal Nezu. Izuku goes directly to Principal Nezu because Izuku already knows the full layout of the school. He pretty much hacked into the school to get a layout and remember everything. Then Izuku will talk with Nezu for a while. Nezu will tell Izuku about Nezu will talk with Izuku about the sport course, how sport course wants to get their hands on the suit, the Mark 1 you call it. Izuku would nod. Izuku would simply state, I will not be giving that kind of technology to anyone. Nezu just smiles to himself and tells Izuku that okay. And so that happened. Then Nezu asks Izuku that you didn't need directions to get here. Izuku will simply state that I hacked into the UA system to get a layout and remember the layout of the place. Nezu is shocked, like, really, is that easy for you to just hack in? Izuku would just nod. Then Nezu would ask, it's a personal request, can you increase the security of digital security of the UA? Izuku would nod. Then Izuku will say, I'll do that after class today. Nezu would nod and say, thank you, Izuku. Then Izuku will stand up and leave towards his class. He already know it where it is. Izuku goes there. Then All Might comes in to talk with Nezu. All Might sees Izuku getting out of the principal office. All Might say, oh, hello, young Izuku. Izuku will say, oh, hello, All Might. I'm getting late for the class, so we'll talk later. All Might would nod and leave. Then All Might would talk with Nezu that how he's healed thanks to Izuku. He won't tell him that he has a later super soldier. But Nezu would say, okay, fine. Nezu won't ask anything because he can see that All Might does not want to say anything and he can't say anything, probably promise Izuku. And then All Might would ask, why did you call Izuku? As I would say about the sport course, nagging me to let Izuku into the sport course mainly for them to look at Izuku's hero costume. All Might would just sigh. If they think this is high tech, they have no idea what's inside his home. Izuku like, what do you mean? All Might would just tell, what do you call, Nezu about what he saw in his Izuku's home. That they are more of the suits doing house chores in his home, making dinner, cleaning everything, and there is an artificial intelligence as well. Now this shocks Nezu. Nezu thinks, maybe I can tell Izuku to make one for UA as well. Or I might say, yeah, I guess it will increase the security. And so Izuku will go into the room. As soon as he opens it, everyone is staring at him because he's the number one. Izuku will go sit at the seat. Uraka will come after. Uraka was already there. She will look at Izuku. Uraka will run up to Izuku and say, thank you, thank you, thank you for saving me, and so forth and so forth. Izuku will simply look at Uraka and says, yeah, fine. He will just walk past Uraka. Uraka will kind of shock, like he didn't even, you know. And so that happened. So this will be a kind of a short video. Not scratch that. I'm just gonna go complete 40-minute mark. And so Izuku will sit down. Then few kids, Uraka and so come to talk with Izuku about his quirk. Izuku will simply state that I have a creation quirk, an extremis. Creation Momo heard that she will come and ask about his quirk, what he can create and stuff. Izuku will simply state that my creation quirk runs on a different kind of energy, does not run on my stamina. It's something similar to an MP. You know how in video games there is mana power? It's something like that. I know it doesn't run on my... damn it. It does not run on my stamina, but it does not... the stuff that it runs on is something else that I have done shit of, and I can regenerate that stuff pretty fast. I can also... Then Mom would say I cannot create liquid. Izuku would say I can create liquid. Mom would ask, what can you make? Izuku would say a lot of stuff. Because when Izuku came, he was still wearing his black and gold bag and also his normal bag. Few of them will ask, what's the deal with two bags? Izuku would say, this is my normal school bag and that's my hero costume. Few of them say, whoa, can we see it? Izuku would say, no. And few of them would be kind of like, whoa, this kid is kind of secretive or something. And so that happens. So then Aizawa, stood up from his sleepiness. He'll look towards the kids and says that it took you 5 seconds to shut up, now everyone go to your sleep. Then everything will go the same. Izuku will, when Aizawa says that go outside so we can test your quirk, Izuku will stood up and start to leave, but then Izuku would look back at Aizawa and say, are we supposed to wear our hero costume? Aizawa would say, you can wear it if you want, but I would recommend you doing the test without it. But you can keep it if you want. I know that you have a habit of keeping that thing with you. Izuku would nod and leave. Izuku gets first place in the ball throw and first place in the grip test. In jump one he gets first. He gets first in everything. He pretty much almost reached... No, he won't get first in the ball throw, but he almost reached this pretty far, much more farther than he did originally. Much more, because now he can use about 50% 24/7. but he doesn't turns it on 24/7. He just, because it takes his concentration to make sure to keep the flow of power steady. So he can now constantly turn on 40% one for all 24/7 without concentrating on it. When he goes to the 50 or 60, his body can take it, but he has to concentrate. And Izuku doesn't like concentrating at two places at the same time, because sometimes he's fighting two people or seven people at the same time. He doesn't know how many people he will be fighting. Izuku does all that. Izuku pretty much loses in the ball throw, because gravitational girl Orochako was the first. He gets first in everything else. He ties with the what was his name, Minata, in side to side jump, because Minata used his what do you call it, sticky balls. So that happens. Now Todoroki has kind of interest in Izuku, because Izuku pretty much, Todoroki is a girl. First thing I want to place, Todoroki is a girl. Now Momo and Todoroki has an interest in Izuku, but Oraku also had it, but Uraka sees that I am not his type at all. So because he didn't put her too much mind, so that happens. Todoroki is a girl. There will be Todoroki x Momo x Izuku ship. Yeah, it's a long ship, 2-1-1 ship. Because in this one, Izuku can go all day or night. So yeah. Then all of them will, after that happens, in the changing room, while they, I kind of forgot to talk about it, when they go to change, when Izuku removes his bag and then his shirt and everything, every single kid is looking at Izuku, because Izuku is ripped. I mean, ripped. Koroshima comes toward Izuku and ask him, do you work out? Izuku would say, a little. I did, and when I was a kid, when I was 5 or something. Since I was 5, after that my quirk kind of awoke on, and I didn't need to. Of course, I'm like, whoa, that's so awesome. And so Todoroki didn't look at, Izuku, because she's a girl. And so that happens. When Izuku wears his, the uniform that the school gives, it's a little bit tight, so you can see his muscles that he has. He's pretty much the same muscle level that he is in the photo on the iron photo, where there's on top of him is written iron. That one, he's a lot more muscular and defined body than this one over here. And so, and his hero suit, the places in which Iron Man's suit is red is black now, and the gold is still gold. And Izuku has just all that. I will be stopping this video right here. No, I'll go a little bit more further. Then they go to the class, sits there. Then after few more hours, All Might comes in, sliding in and tells everyone, I am here. The entire class says, yay, All Might, All Might. Then All Might says, we will be doing hero and the villain. Now this I will be doing in the next video that I will be posting after 7 hours. So yeah, look out for that. Thank you for watching, and like and subscribe.